Every week in MLB The Show 21, we get a new set of Topps Now cards while the regular season is going. These Top Now cards are boosted cards based on current things that are going on in the MLB and also a series of cards that Topps makes on their websites. What I'm going to do is try to predict who we're going to get tomorrow in these Topps Now packs. Just in general, which kind of players you could look forward to potentially adding to your team. Let's get into it. YouTube, what is going on? I appreciate you all joining the channel, watching this video. In case you are brand new, my name is Scann, and we do MLB The Show tips, videos, everything like that around here. So if you are new to the game trying to get better, or just want to watch some good MLB The Show content, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. We are uploading daily, probably twice daily, at least for the time being. So make sure you join us and hit that subscribe button. Also, I do stream on Twitch, so if you have any questions on things or things like that, make sure you hit the channel link down below. Come hang out with us. It is a party. We're going live every day, each afternoon for now, and seeing where it takes us. So now let's just talk about these Topps Now cards. Topps makes a series of cards called Topps Now. They're based off of like crazy things that happen, or just in general people who have good games IRL in the real MLB season. So when we're deciding on Topps Now cards we can get in MLB The Show, we have to look at the cards that they already have made. MLB The Show doesn't make their own Topps Now card to put into the game. For these Topps Now, they do them based on the IRL things and sell them on their site for a day. So we kind of have to use this site and make a prediction based on those cards. Obviously, some players who had a great day or a great week didn't get a Topps Now card. It's very dependent on what they get on there. Also, a lot of times, players who already have good cards already have a great chance of not getting selected just because their live series card would either be very similar or just in general maybe even a little better or maybe only slightly worse than Topps Now cards. They try to be smart with who they choose and boost players who probably aren't good and don't have great live series cards in the game, or just in general any boosted cards in the game. So here are my predictions for the cards. Let's go to our Topps Now moments of last week, and then we'll take it from there. So if you remember doing these Topps Now moves, if you did them or not, first we had the 3-day week. We had the shortened first week of the season, and we had the silvers and we had the silver guys, Akil Baddoo and Kyle Isbell, and then we had the golds and Yerman Mercedes and then Nate Lau. So they start off as high silvers, low golds. Then we had our second week, April 5th to 11th. Joe Musgrove threw a no-hitter. And then Ryan McMahon put up that 3 home run game. So those were low diamond cards, 86 overalls. And then we had Dylan Carlson and Brent Honeywell Jr., who also got cards, and they were mid-gold. So I would like to guess that this week we're either going to get all diamonds, all of them being the same overall, very likely, or we'll probably get a set where, like last week, we had a couple golds, maybe higher overall golds, and then some low diamonds based on the events that happened this week. And I perused the Topps Now site, and I chose a bunch of players, and I think that these are going to be at least a couple of the players. I think these are all of the real options that they have. They could probably shift and shuffle things based on the overalls and all that. This is my strongest prediction of what cards we are going to get. So let's look at our golds. What kind of gold cards would we get similar to our Dylan Carlson and Brent Honeywell cards? What cards would be mid golds based on the things that they did, or also just in general their live series cards? And this one I'm strongly convinced is going to be a Topps Now card. Ty France of the Seattle Mariners. So if you look at the card that Topps Now made for him and what he did, he had his first career walk-off in the Mariners game this week. And the reason that I think that he is a good one because, first of all, Ty France is not having high overall card in the game, and the chances of him having one are very slim. He's not going to probably jump up to gold or diamond rating on his live series card or anything like that. So this card definitely deserves a boosted card, similar to, say, that Brent Honeywell Jr. He is a nice little young prospect type guy, I believe. But again, not someone who's going to be super stud like getting a super boosted card. So I could picture him getting a gold card. Let's take a look at his live series. All right, so yeah, Ty France, his live series is a bronze. He's a third baseman. He has the other secondaries at infield. Chances are if they were to boost this card, probably boost his hitting attributes, you know, 70s, 80s, something like that with his contact and power. I don't think anything too crazy, but you know, something in the mid 70s, low 80s. Nothing too absolutely crazy. Maybe boost his fielding to low silver, something like that. Card would be a solid card, very dependent on how his swing plays, but you know, this is probably what I would guess would be at least one of the gold cards that we get. My next guess, and this is a little bit of an interesting one. This one either would be a really good one to happen, there's a great chance it does, or just like 0% chance why. Kyle Schwarber, if you guys saw the MLB this week, he hit an absolute rocket of a walk-off homer this week. And just in general, he has a Topps Now card. So live series Kyle Schwarber is a 74 overall bronze. He has 87 power versus righties. The reason I don't think this card is a guarantee is because Kyle Schwarber was good before, especially when he was with the Cubs. He had a very good season. And you know, with that new series, the Second Half Heroes, he's got a nice probability of getting a Second Half Hero card, and maybe they throw him in the BR program. So the chance of him getting a Topps Now one is a little slim, especially if it would only be a gold. This card probably wouldn't be great to be a diamond just because one walk-off homer. But again, who knows? Who knows what kind of card we're going to get? This is a possibility though, so I wanted to throw it in there even though the chances are slim. It'd probably boost up his contact a little bit, power versus lefties, boost up that defense a little bit, maybe give him over 90 power versus righties. It would be an amazing Topps Now card. But is it going to happen? Not 100% sure about it. Then we have Jorge Alfaro, who also hit a walk-off. Again, Alfaro is an interesting one. The reason I'm not 100% sure about Alfaro is because he's a catcher, and we already have that Yermin Mercedes card. Maybe they won't rush to make another catcher card. But again, catcher is a weak position, so it is no guarantee that Alfaro is exempt from it. But he did hit a walk-off 2-run double in a game this week. Looking at Alfaro's live series, he's a 72 overall. He has 89 arm, but not great defense. He did get a Topps Now card at the end of last year where he had good contact and power all around. I think he had the same kind of arm. But just in general, I think Alfaro, I'm a little leaning away from it, but this again can happen. He's definitely deserving of a gold Topps Now card. And just in general, he would be a solid catcher option at the start of the year. I just think that it doesn't happen just because we already got a catcher. Then finally, my last gold guess. This one I think would be a sick card to get. Jonathan VR. So Jonathan VR, he hit a walk-off with for the Mets. But here's the interesting thing about VR. He is a silver as his live series card. He could get bumped up to gold or diamond, but he only hit a walk-off single or something. If you look at the last week Topps Now, Ryan McMahon had a 3-homer game, which is a very big game. And then Joe Musgrove threw a no-hitter. So, like, you look at VR, he didn't do anything of that part. And I don't think they're ready right now to make all these Topps Now as diamonds. So I would probably say that this one is a little bit of an iffy one just because I don't know where you rate him. Probably would, if he's a Topps Now card, get a diamond, but he doesn't fit into that mold for it this week. But then again, if they make them all diamonds, this is definitely one you could see. He plays everywhere in the infield and a little bit in center field as well, which is nice. He is a glitchy swing if they got his card as a Topps Now card. Now let's talk about my guesses for the diamonds. These would probably be low diamonds like last week, 86s, 87 overall, things like that. Nothing Adam Duvall. Adam Duvall, let's just check his live series card. So he is a 78 overall on his live series card. A little better than Jonathan VR. In the game that he had for the Marlins, he hit 7 RBIs. I think this could be a card that you see just because he is a high silver, and 7 RBI night is a good game. That's worthy of being up to par with those other low diamonds. So I could see this card getting low diamond. Again, he would be a fun card because he'd have nice power. He'd probably have 80-something, 90-something power versus both sides. Lower on the contact end of the spectrum, and maybe only silver fielding, but he can play basically anywhere. And again, this is a nice kind of card to have at the start of the year, and I could definitely see him getting a diamond. Finally, let's talk about the last game. This one is a lock. This is a lock of a card. You know we're getting this card. Carlos Rodon, he threw a no-hitter for the White Sox this week. Carlos Rodon's live series card is actually a bronze. He has a fastball, slider, changeups, two-seam. You know, not crazy stamina, not crazy attributes on his live series card, but for his no-hitter card, they would boost up those hits per 9, things like that. He had a perfect game going into the 9th inning, I believe, and then he just hit someone. So honestly, the walks per 9 were probably pretty good too. Probably be a nice card, low diamond. Just in general, this one is definitely a lock. This is like the Joe Musgrove card where they're gonna probably give it to us through Topps Now moments and not be too bad to earn it. But honestly, for lefty starter, probably a viable option at Topps Now. So that is it. Those are my guesses. In case you guys know your Topps Now card, if you want to take a guesses, comment down below who you think I may have missed. What do you guys think these cards would look like? Would you use any of these Topps Now cards? Would you just sell them for stubs? Have a great rest of your day. I appreciate you all watching. I will see you all in the next one. We'll be uploading again later today, so make sure to check that out, and I will see you all then. Deuces.